Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader and your guide to a clearer perspective. I've got a message for Taurus today, and to let you know how this works, I have asked my guides to bring a message through the cards that will be meaningful as well as helpful for you this week as you navigate what's going on in your world. Let's get started right away with your reading. So Taurus, this is a big ballsy week for you. There's some really big stuff happening. Universe gives you this Eight of Wands, and this Eight of Wands is kind of like a challenge. And this is something like some kind of energy that was thrown out there for you. Like the Eight of Wands picks your head up from looking down at the ground and looking down at what's right in front of you and says, look way out there and put out there what you want to have happen. And I kind of feel like this happened in the past. So there was a big ask, like this is a big life-changing ask. And it's not necessarily an event like getting this job or getting this proposal or getting whatever, It's more like you wanted a big change, like a big lifestyle change or life scale change, if that makes any sense. It's like this is deeper than just a material thing happening. I'm having a little hard time describing what I'm feeling, but sometimes when you come up to a point in your life and you realize something has to change, like I need to stop making all of my decisions out of fear, or I need to stop worrying about money so much, or I decide that I really want to live in harmony with trust. Something like that. You can't exactly put your finger on how that's going to look, but that's the type of big picture stuff that's happening. Now, this Eight of Wands throws out the wand and you respond. Queen of Wands, you pick up the wand. So like I said, this has been in the past and it's starting to come back to you and you're like, yep, I've got it. I see it. And I'm ready to take control of my world and change it. So I see this happening. She's surrounded by fire. She's got this fire smoking in the background. And so you've taken up this big call. It's almost like your higher self or the universe says, hey, here's an invitation to become even more than what you are, to build something huger than what you are. And you're like, yep, I'm on it. So you pick this up, you assume this power, and you're feeling very kind of like in control, like you've got this, you're handling it. You know that this might be a big, big endeavor, but you've got it under your belt and you're feeling really good about this. So let's look at the next three cards. We've got the Tower, we've got the Ace of Cups, and then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I know a lot of people get scared when they see the Tower. I personally really like the Tower because, when the Tower comes, it shows you that something that was outdated or just not working anymore is suddenly blown to pieces by the light of truth, and the way forward is through that light. And I like this particular card in this deck because it seems like weird. It's very kind of sci-fi down here, which is odd because the images in this deck are so earthy. This is so earthy, right? But this is almost otherworldly. And this Tower moment that you may be feeling, because you're ready for it. You've got this Queen of Wands energy, yeah, I can handle anything the universe is going to throw at me. In fact, there's some of your fire, some of your willingness to take up this wand of power that she's holding. Some of that fire is what causes this to break apart. So your deciding to be this way is having a profound effect on the world around you. And on the outside, it may look like some of that structure that was built is now just breaking and shattering. And to those that don't understand, those that aren't seeing it from the inside out, this can seem catastrophic. But because you're coming from that place of light and enlightenment, right? That light is what is breaking apart. That's what is exploding this building from the inside out. So it's kind of like you're already on the inside here. You're not one of these people falling off the tower. You're already on the inside. And so you're saying, okay, this is what I see. This is my truth. This is what I'm really feeling in my heart and in my gut. And all of the rest of the stuff has to explode, has to change. Now, In the course of doing this, there is the strong message that your tone in interacting with others, especially the ones that are falling off the tower, it's got to be deeply compassionate, deeply sensitive, and deeply loving. Because these two don't understand. They're not part of this light like you are. And I'm saying too, I believe it's a man and a woman, but they're not part of the light like you are. They're just like, they don't see it coming, right? Or they're just not anticipating it maybe. So in order for that land that fall into the water to be softer, your approach towards them needs to be totally compassionate, totally heart wide open, and very understanding. This is not about backing down your position, but it's about understanding where they're coming from and understanding that in order to get your points across, in order for you to be really heard and understood, your words have to be softer. They have to flow more and they have to be more connective. All right? So even though she's holding up this wand, and this is a little bit of a masculine energy in this card, although she is very, I just love her, she's very regal, you know? There's a masculine willingness to do, but this is talking about a feminine connection, understanding that you've got to connect with people that may be shocked by what's being revealed or torn apart, that it's the feminine connection, and understanding that you're reaching out with them, you're reaching out towards them with a desire to create like a bridge or a fiber between the two of you. Sometimes when truth has to come down, like here, it comes down hard like a sword. And sometimes people need that kind of kick in the pants or that slap to the face, like, hello, wake up, this was wrong. That's not what's happening in this tower. This tower is blended with a water element, which is all about flow and connection and softness and the ability to switch your approach when you need to. Water is an amazing shapeshifter, and it's funny because here this looks very hard. Like if you fell into this, it'd be very hard. But here, this is very embracing and I don't know, it just looks like nice. Like it would feel nice to be under this waterfall. It hits you kind of softly and you just kind of move with it. So it's taking away some of this harshness with the edge because we've got the wheel. That change, that fortunate change you've desired, which was a long desire, right? Our 8 of Wands way back 8 minutes ago. It desired that change. And this is the wheel saying this can happen. And notice the wheel is a circle that embraces and encompasses everyone. So whoever was involved in this whole situation, now it comes together in a whole and the wheel starts to turn for everyone. So it's like everyone is included in that wheel. Everyone is embraced in that wheel. When the wheel turns, everyone is positively affected. And I love how the color yellow just runs through all these cards. Like her yellow, this light here, tiny bit of yellow here, but then the ground is yellow here. So now we understand we've come from the light of illumination, of divine, clear sight, down to the ground. And now your foundation is built on that clear sight and not on what it was built on before. This, right? This rocky, watery, kind of unstable foundation. Now it's down on the ground and it's shifting for the good. And the fire element is here interesting. She's got red hair, so it's the fire becomes embodied in this inclusion element. And I know this sounds really super abstract, but let me give you a different perspective. I had a comment last week that maybe some advice at the end of the reading would be good. So I've chosen a different deck here, and I know the text is backwards. We've got Cardinal Fire, this is the King of Wands, and then we've got Alrisha, which is the 7 of Cups. It's a constellation, but this is a ribbon that actually ties the 2 edges of the Pisces fish in the sky. The Pisces constellation, I believe there's a big one and a small one. There's like Pisces and Pisces Australis or something like that. I could be getting that completely wrong, but the idea is that you're joining ends together. You're tying up loose ends. You're tying this back together. Sometimes a tower moment means that everything scatters and falls apart, like what I just talked about. And then you kind of leave everyone else to pick up their pieces. But this tower is coming down so that you can join the pieces together in a much different way. This can be talking about a family unit. This could be talking about a work environment. This could be your relationship with your job. There's so many different things it could be. And I know if you're meant to be hearing this message, it's hitting you exactly where it needs to be hitting you. But this is about taking the leadership and taking the action to bring those loose ends together and to make everything become whole again, so that again, everyone can shift and feel that beneficial movement. All right, so if you got questions about that, please let me know. You are more than welcome to check out trueguidancetarot.com. I do love doing these group kind of collective readings, but I feel that I really shine with the one-on-ones because it's just a more, I don't know, it's more in line with who I am, and I love just sharing the experience of a reading with someone. So if you're looking for some guidance or you know someone who might need some, please point them to that website. There's also a link in the description below. And I will see you next time on True Guidance Tarot. Have a good week.